This is the group presentation for Team F. I am Grant Jordy. We will also have Pedro Gaona, Cameron Phillips, McKinley Stanley, and Kimberly Castillo. I will be covering physiological barriers. As the human body ages, different barriers form. You have things such as illness, hearing, eyesight, and then bodily pain and different discomforts. I've got a couple of different statistics on hearing and on vision. According to Science Daily, the elderly are affected with vision and hearing loss. About 12.2% of people are affected by vision, and roughly 40% are affected by hearing impairment. And this is based on an average age of about 69 to 70 years old. So as you can see from that last slide, one of the biggest problems affecting the elderly is hearing loss. So what's the big fuss about it? Why does it really matter? According to Debbie Klassen with Healthy Hearing, around 22 million Americans have work-related hearing loss. And then you have another 48 million Americans that report some degree of hearing loss, whether that be work-related or not. So I can't hear. What's the big issue? The Better Hearing Institute held a study that showed people with unaided hearing loss earned $20,000 less annually on average than people who used hearing aids. If you can't hear as well as you could possibly hear, obviously it's going to affect many different things. Some elderly people who are retired, it's not a big deal, the $20,000, but a lot of people do still work. A lot of people aren't able to retire and stay out of work, so you're looking at a big difference and a big disadvantage in your lifestyles. Hearing aids are a major solution for those with hearing loss. How does it fix it? As you can see, according to the National Institute of Deafness and Other Communication Disorders, hearing aids make the noises around you louder for each user. They also come in a variety of different styles. You have a behind the ear, you have a mini behind the ear, an in the ear, an in the canal, and a completely in the canal, different ones. By utilizing the aid that works best for you, it will increase the volume, enabling you to hear everything around. Why should you believe me? According to a double-blind placebo study controlled by the clinical trial published in the American Journal of Audiology, there are generally positive outcomes on measuring hearing aid satisfaction. It showed the placebo patients would only wear their hearing aids for the allotted amount of time for the day that they had to, and the people without a placebo who were actually using the proper hearing aids would keep them in for longer because it was helping them hear throughout the day and they actually could tell the difference. What will this do for me? When utilizing hearing aids, you will be able to hear much better, and there are volume controls, so you can turn it up and down in order to be in the perfect range, so it's never too loud, never too soft. What should you do to do it? You need to get to an audiologist. If you go to an audiologist, you can get an audiological exam. And then if you do not want to receive an exam and don't want to deal with all of that, you can buy certain hearing aids without it. Make sure to do a trial with your hearing aid before, that way you can know if it is the one that works best for you. And be sure to do proper maintenance on your hearing aids, that way they'll last you a lot longer. In conclusion, you got to be proactive with your hearing. You got to go seek out help, get your hearing checked. If necessary, get the proper devices so that way you can hear and know what's going on around you, and this will prevent any hearing issues, or you'll be able to, tell what's going on in the world around you. And coming up next, we are going to have Pedro Gaona going over the topic of attitudes.